This is a special channeling for the Yellow Collective because you are going warp speed right now. You are in a tunnel. This is a tunnel for love, for success, for abundance, for wealth, for joy and prosperity. You are tunnel visioning right now. You have a very sharp laser focus. It is leading you towards the light, but it is also casting a lot of darkness around you along the way. You may find yourself crying at unexpected times and opportunities. You may find yourself struggling to breathe. Actually, I'm getting for some of you. Almost like you can't get a full breath in because you just feel very overwhelmed with all the changes taking place. There's something very quiet in this collective that is brewing and has been brewing for a long time. It's sort of bubbling up for the surface for you now to address these things. They are starting to take shape in a way that mystifies you and also makes sense at the same time. Um, the people that you're reading for at this time, and this is very specific terminology, so I guess maybe you're a collective of readers or you're just people who give advice or something, but I'm being told specifically the people that you're reading for at this time are going through a lot of hard labor. And so you're reading for them and giving them advice on things, and yet you're also simultaneously undergoing huge transformational change yourself. And so there's this delicious duality that you're having where you are such a leader and a signpost and a goalpost for so many people. And yet you yourself feel really unsteady and unstable because everything is falling apart all around you. Everything you've worked hard to build is crumbling. And that was the point. Um, excuse me. Sorry, hold on. I'm having a few confirmation burps. Everything in your life has been like the support systems to a rocket, like when the rocket goes up and then stuff starts falling off of it, because it served its purpose. That's exactly what's happening in your life right now. And it's really crazy and chaotic and sad and overwhelming. But you have to remember there's like a greater mission at play here. You have to be willing to let go of the things that made you in order to become the thing that is you. If you've ever 3D printed something or seen someone do it and it has those supports, so it's like you'll print something and it doesn't even look necessarily like what you want to print because there's all these little supports. Um, oh, sorry, I gave a big yawn. It's got all these little supports, and you have to clear those supports away so you can see the shape that it's actually taking. But those supports are so necessary in order for the form and to develop, in order for the shape to take place. And the reason is because you can't build over nothing. You can't build over open air. So you had to build up enough open air spaces so that you could fully develop and expand into the areas you needed to, because like it's a really interesting visual. You couldn't bridge this gap. If you're getting all this downloads and information from source, right? But you couldn't just put it over empty space. So you had to build up all these structures and things and supports in your life that could support that information. But now they have like settled into your code, they've settled into your DNA, and they're really solid. So you can continue receiving the support that you need from above without getting the support from below that you needed before. Does that make sense? Whoa, this is a crazy channeling. Um, so yeah, all that is being cleared away, and people are mystified too because they're like, how is this person building this empire? How is this person building all these things, doing all these things? Because they're seeing you before them, like stretched up in the sky, like balancing on this thin pillar, and then you're just so broad and wide. And they're like, how is it possible? There's no support. And what they're not realizing is like you were a mountain before. People climbed all over you, people climbed up you, people took pieces from you, like there's just all this chaos happening on this mountain that was you. And now all of that has been scraped away. All of that has been taken away. Like people can no longer climb on you. They can't take your lumber. They can't take your metal ore. They can't take your supports. They can't take anything from you. Okay. The only thing they can take is notes. Is what I'm getting. Incredible sassy energy coming through here. So yeah, now you're like a steel pillar that is supporting these beam of light, like, and it's so broad and wide, and people are just stunned. They're like, how is this possible? Well, it's possible because you humbled yourself. It's possible because you literally walked a mile in everyone else's shoes. Like you literally did everything, collective. And you went to like the end of the earth to do this. And you went down and you went above, you went below, you went like all over the place. And everyone saw you as this really chaotic force that didn't really know what they're doing, and they saw you as disruptive. They saw you as threatening the established norm in the system. And you were threatening it because the way that you were going about doing things is like you were planning actually subconsciously for this greater awakening. You were planting the seeds for this beautiful manifestation to like break forth and take flight. And everyone around you just thought you were like stagnant, not really knowing what they're doing, not doing much. And then all of a sudden, boom, everything takes off, right? You suddenly start getting the clearest direction from source like you've ever gotten in your life. You start taking action in a way that no one expected of you. Everyone is surprised. It's got people gobsmacked. It's not a word I get a lot as a channel, but gobsmacked is the word of the day for y'all. I'm hearing it's the word of the year. Like, these next couple of years, these next 2 to 3 years, you're going to be in this continual phase of gobsmacking people. It's going to be very interesting. A lot of people did not lend you their support, collective, when they could have. They kind of waited to see how things would go. And now that you're really famous, now that you're coming out of your shell, now that you're really well known, these people are kind of backing off, and they're like not really sure what to do because it's like they expected you to need them or to feed on them, or like they expected that they were giving you life, kind of like it's this weird sort of like they expected you to be in admiration of them. But now they're in admiration of you and they feel really weird about it, some of these people. Because like I'm hearing the word crook, interesting. They're just expecting you to be their support beam forever, but you've taken away all your support beams. Like you're no longer supporting other people like that. You're kind of letting everyone climb their own mountain. You no longer feel the desire to climb people up that mountain like for you. You're not going to look at people about to do a task and be like, oh, I can make that easier for them. You're like, good, that'll build character, wonderful, I can't wait to see it when it's done. Like you're so detached from people's developmental process. Like I hear liquid fire. Like it's just this quicksilvery, maybe that's not the right word. It's like this mercurial, like um fiery energy that's just very fast and deadly. Um, but also like water. Like it just flows. You know, you're not necessarily destroying anything. You're only destroying whatever comes in contact with you that like absorbs you in its skin, right? But if you're left alone, like you're fine. Um, yeah. Let me see what else here. There's a vision for your future that's taking shape right now that's really fascinating, collective. You're going to start getting direction on a daily basis. There's something you've been doing that's paying off. Excuse me. There's a roadblock that's finally been cleared for you. This is a roadblock you have wanted cleared for a long time, but you couldn't clear it because this roadblock was like actually support to your larger system, and it frustrated you because you wanted it gone. You knew it didn't belong there forever, but like you couldn't get rid of it because it was meant to support you and it was meant for other things to build on top of it and become settled and stable. And now when you take away this support, you can actually do the thing. You might be frustrated, collective, because there are things happening in your life. You're like, I can actually do these things. What the F? Like, how is it I can finally do these things when I wanted to do them for so long? I've been dying to do them. And now it almost doesn't feel worth getting. Like you've detached from your desire to have those things. And I think that was key in having these things. It's like you desired so intensely to have some of the experiences you're having now and have some of the emotions and the feelings and stuff. But like you couldn't have it while you were in that state of desire. You had to detach. And it's ironic because now you're so detached, it doesn't matter to you whether you get it or not. It doesn't like, it kind of doesn't matter whatever you get in life. Does that make sense? Like, sorry, I had to check and make sure. I had this weird moment. I need to like switch my hand because my hand was cramping. Switched it to the other for my microphone, and then I was like, "Oh my god, did my mic go out?" But it did not. I've been so deep in the channeling, I haven't even been making sure that like my mic is still recording. So good thing it was. Um, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna switch gears here. Maybe I was like distracted for a purpose. I don't know. But let's see what else is for this collective. There's just so much. It's so big. It's making me feel a little loopy to like channel into this because the energy is so massive. It's so much like the sun. I I am actually suspecting something, collective, because as I have been coming into my own identity as a color witch, I've realized that's why I get these channelings in this color format. I'm actually wondering if the day of the week is like associated with you guys, kind of like how I do day of the week, like channeling information sometimes on my Instagram page, or I talk about the planetary associations. It's kind of clicking together for me that I'm channeling into something more than just the color. I'm probably channeling into like the day of the week energy, or maybe even the planetary. I don't fully know. When I tap into the collective right now, you guys are the yellow collective, but like I do see visions of like the sun and Sunday, um, and then the solar plexus chakra. So I think this collective is like, it's almost like this is a solar plexus chakra channeling, but it's really not. I'm gonna have to meditate more on this. I'm finally kind of getting some new info for y'all, but it's still hazy to me. Yellow is still the name this like collective wants to be called, but I maybe I'll put in the description like that those are some things that may resonate for you, which is like the sun, solar plexus chakra, things like that. Those will be themes. Also crown. I'm seeing like a golden crown. um, there's something very viral and explosive about you guys, something that's like popping off. You stepping into your purpose, like you becoming this beacon of light, you becoming something that is so much more than what anyone ever thought you could be. Um, and then there's this feeling of like almost having missed something, but like you haven't missed anything. Everything's unfolding exactly as it is meant to. And you're kind of looking for these signs to be more synchronistic, like even more on point. But the fact is that you don't need those signs to know that where you're at is exactly where you should be. But it's scary to you because you've never been in this reality before. You're stepping into a reality your bloodline has never like existed in. Um, I hear accolades. It's so hard for your bloodline to exist in this reality because um, I hear the word truce. There's a lot of blood work in your lineage. There's a lot of problems in your lineage, and like I'm feeling a lot of like pulls in your sacral energy. Like there's worms or there's ties like shooting out in different directions. Like there are spells and restrictions. Like your bloodline. Ugh, I hate to say this, it's kind of cursed. You come from like a very cursed bloodline. Um, like obviously just take that if it resonates, but there's something about your bloodline that is like stuck in this loop. You're like participating in this sort of karmic loop situation. Your bloodline is. It's very difficult for you to step outside of it because like you contractually agreed to operate under the constraints of this like curse or this bond, this like lineage tie, and it like kind of damns you to the same cycle over and over again. And you're really tired in your soul of this same cycle repeating like again and again over and over. You're so tired of it because your soul has the potential for so much more, but it's so tired of the same old game it's been playing, right? So you're actually stepping free from this, and this is going to look like you getting ejected from your family, quote unquote, is the term. So like you may actually start to lose ties with your family or lose connection with them. This may look different ways, like you just talk to them less, you move away from them, you're sort of apart from them, you just don't really resonate the same way with them anymore. Like you may have soul contract revisions happening right now. Um, this is like a very serious message for some people. So like your soul is actually in a lot of turmoil because the way it was operating, like it doesn't know how it's operating anymore because you're not operating according to the old way, you're operating according to the new way. Because the thing is, you do have free will and you can rewrite old narratives. Some people think that you're always bound to them, but rules change. What used to be the rule, what used to be set in stone, changes sometimes. um, we're living in an age where there's oh my god, my throat chakra is like, this is like really hard to get this message out. um we're living in an age where there's a plethora of people that pray for the good of others. Like, it's not just all people praying on the downfall, it's like there's people praying for others. And what that does is it allows karmic curses to be lifted. Like, when you pray for other people, it allows them to have opportunities that destiny would otherwise not have in store for them because they'd agreed to certain things. But it's like karma can be pardoned when enough people like pray together. They don't even have to do it in the same room. They don't even have to know each other or be the same people. Like, it's just, excuse me, this collective charity work happens. It shifts things for people in ways they didn't think were possible. So a lot of like what you're able to do right now is because of the collective free use of goodwill that's happening. A lot of people in the world are being motivated to choose kindness because there's a lot of pain and a lot of suffering. It's making people confront their decisions and their desires and their problems. And they're like, this is actually not the life for me anymore. Like, I don't want to live this way. I hate it here. And so they are changing a lot of things to make it better. Yeah. So there is starseed lineage for this collective. There's a lot of Andromedan, Pleiadian, and Syrian starseed lineage. You may also be part of the Galactic Federation, or you may know what that is. I'm hearing the word jump scare. And I'm feeling a lot of like heart chakra pain and also like deep hunger. So there's something about your body that's very visceral at this time. Like you're becoming very aware of your body cues, and it might be very uncomfortable for you. You might be intensely aware of your body's operation, like feel your blood flowing, like hear your heartbeat, like feel the oxygen circulating in your blood, feel yourself tingling with like, sorry, hold on. Like feel yourself tingling with the energy of the universe, with like the prana of the air. There's so something really magical about it, but it's also very painful because it's overstimulating, I feel, for you. Like you just want it to shut off. You just want it all to turn off. But the thing is, you can't turn off your abilities at this point. You're too awakened to turn off your abilities, and so there's kind of no turning back. You just have to accept that this is the way things are now. It's the way it is. You can choose to a certain extent how much influence you have over that, but ultimately, like the ship is set a course for something. Your destination, like a course has been set for it, right? Because you've chosen to deviate from a previous timeline. And the thing is, when we choose to deviate from previous timelines, it rewrites our future. It rewrites our future potential and what our story is going to be. In the past, it could have been like a desert in your future. And now you've chosen a savanna. What is a savanna? I don't remember what a savanna is. Why can't I remember what a savanna looks? Okay. It's kind of like a desert, but it's not totally. Oh, weird. Okay, so I'm seeing like lions and giraffes. I think the savanna is in like Africa. Um, or maybe that's just one example of it. And feels like one of those words I just said too many times. It's lost all meaning. But there's this feeling of shifting your reality in subtle ways until it's suddenly not recognizable. And it's like it has elements that you knew before, but it's not what you knew before. Like there's so much more life in whatever you've shifted into collective. And people may think that the savannah doesn't support that much life, but it supports a lot of life, is what I'm being told. So you now support a lot of life, is what I'm being told. Before, you didn't really support a lot of anybody. You were like, you're really consumed with doing your own work. And so you were supporting other people, but not in the way that you're doing it now. Because the way you're doing it now is in this more biome way. Like it's actuating, self-perpetuating. I'm just getting like all sorts of interesting words coming through. Um, it's like setting in motion certain automated systems and things, and it like causes chain reaction awakenings, and then it like pulls more people to your side, right? It's very magnetic what is happening, what you're doing. So it's really interesting time space like continuum that you're living in. I don't even know if that's the right phrasing for it, but yeah, it's very evolutionary, it's very big. I don't even know if I can channel anymore. This energy is just so big. Like, I think I need to stop there. Um, yeah, because it's like my mind is just like whoosh so much. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop it there and wrap this up. So if this does resonate for you, I would love to hear it down below. Even if you just put something simple in the comments like a yellow heart or a sun, just to let me know that you watched this. That would be great. It helps me to tune in more specifically to your energy. Also helps boost engagement for this, which helps me to reach the people that this message needs to reach. And with all that being said, I guess I will see you guys in the next one. So bye.